Imagine this. You found the perfect home. The location, the views, everything is exactly what you want. But you hesitate, waiting for rates to drop. A month later, it's gone. Now you're stuck choosing between overpaying or settling for less. How do you avoid this? Let's strategize. So, should you buy now or wait? Here's what we're going to break down so you can make the smartest decision for your situation. First, let's talk about market timing. Waiting for the so-called perfect moment might sound like a smart strategy, but in reality, it could cost you more than you think. Next, we need to consider your personal and financial situation. What do you actually need right now? What can you afford? Understanding your own timing is just as important as understanding the market. And finally, my favorite part, smart strategies for buyers. I'll walk you through how to negotiate, how to secure the best financing, and how to position yourself to win no matter what kind of market we're in. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear game plan for whether buying now or waiting makes the most sense for you. Trying to time the real estate market is like timing stocks. By the time you think you've figured it out, the best opportunities are gone. I've seen clients hold off for the lowest rate or best price only to regret missing out on their dream home. Some even reach out to me years later, wishing they could have acted sooner. The key? Buy based on long-term goals, not short-term speculation. Here's a question I get often. Is now a good time to buy, or will I get a better deal if I wait? The truth? Market cycles are unpredictable. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you could end up watching home prices rise while you sit on the sidelines. The best approach is to focus on your own financial readiness instead of trying to time the market. It depends on your goals and readiness. The market is shifting, but waiting is always a gamble. If history has shown us anything, it's that prices in desirable areas tend to appreciate over time, not decrease. Market conditions is important for sure, but is now a buyer's market? Well, in New York City and in many major metropolitan areas in the country, we are seeing a shift. There's more inventory, especially in the luxury market. And that means more negotiating power for buyers. Sellers, including developers in this market, have to sell. So they are rolling out incentives like discounts, closing cost credits, and even rate buydowns just to move properties. Now, I get it. Interest rates are high, and that's making a lot of buyers hesitant. But here's the flip side. If you wait for rates to drop, home prices could surge, wiping out any savings. If you buy in prime locations, they always rebound over time. So if you plan to hold, short-term dips won't matter. The real advantage right now is market softness. When fewer buyers are active, whether it's due to high rates or off-season lulls, it creates opportunities for those who are ready. If you know how to play it right, you can secure a much better deal than in a competitive market. Here's another one. What if I buy now and prices drop? Well, if you're buying long-term, short-term dips won't matter. Real estate is a long-term appreciation game. Buying a home also depends on your personal and lifestyle consideration. Beyond market conditions, let's talk about lifestyle. Are you outgrowing your current space? Do you plan to stay in the same place for at least 5 years? If so, buying often makes more financial sense. But if you need more flexibility, or if your career or personal life might take you somewhere else in the next few years, then renting could be a better short-term move. Here's a follow-up question to that then. Should I rent longer to keep my options open? If flexibility is your priority, renting keeps your options open. But if you're planning to stay put for a long term, buying not only builds equity, but also gives you more control over your living situation. Plus, if you're hesitant about fully committing to home ownership, you can always consider a property you can rent out later, giving you benefits of home ownership while also maintaining flexibility. Now here's an important section. Let's talk about financial considerations and can you afford to buy now? One of the biggest financial factors is comparing the cost to own versus rent. When you add up the mortgage payments, the HOA fees, and property taxes, how does that compare to what you're paying in rent right now? Then there's the question of liquidity. If you put a big chunk of your money into real estate, does that make more sense for you financially? Or would you be better off keeping the capital more flexible? If interest rates are holding you back, there are ways to work around it. Consider adjustable rate mortgages, which start lower and adjust over time, or developers may also offer rate buy-down programs to help offset the higher rates. And if you're in a position to do it, putting more cash down into your offer can lower your monthly payments, and it makes you a stronger buyer in the eyes of the seller. Then, let's not forget about taxes. Property tax benefits and mortgage interest deductions can actually make buying a smarter financial move compared to renting. It all depends on your situation, but these savings can add up over time. When you buy, your mortgage payment can be locked up to 30 years, but when you rent, your costs can change dramatically, as we've seen over the past few years. Homeowners with fixed mortgages get stability, while renters are at the mercy of rising rents and market fluctuations. So, should I wait for interest rates to drop? Well, the truth is, rates are unpredictable. If you find a good property, buy now and refinance later. Waiting could mean paying more for the property when the market shifts. Here are the intelligent buying strategies and how you can win in any market. When it comes to new developments, timing is everything. Buying a new construction phase can lock in early pricing, but if you wait until the building is nearly sold out, you can find some great last-minute discounts. If you're looking for the best deals, take advantage of the market softness. That's when competition is low, whether it's off-season months or in a high interest rate environment, sellers are more willing to negotiate. And here's something to keep in mind. Brand new isn't always better. Some nearly new resales, these are properties that just a few years ago were brand new, offer way better value per square foot than fresh out of the box new developments. If a big commitment feels overwhelming, start small. Maybe a studio, a one-bedroom, or even an investment property. It's a great way to get into the market, start building equity, and keep your options open for the future. Question: what's the smartest way to buy right now? The key is to diversify your approach. Look for motivated sellers, homes that have been sitting on the market for a while with multiple price cuts. These sellers are often ready to negotiate. If you're interested in new developments, ask the developer about incentives. Many projects have been stalled since COVID, and builders are more motivated than ever to get a deal closed. And don't forget, brand new isn't always means the best. Some nearly new resales offer a better price per square foot than fresh developments. If you're hesitant about committing to a primary home, consider starting with an investment property. It could be a smaller unit or a rental property that can be a strategic entry into the market while keeping your options open for the future. That's what I did. I bought 4 investment properties before I finally bought my first primary residence. So, knowing when to buy is just one part of the equation. But here's the real question you need to ask yourself next. How do you actually go about buying a home the right way? From putting together the right team to negotiating the best deal, there's a strategy behind it. One that goes way beyond just picking a property. In this next video, I'll walk you through everything you need to know before making an offer.